welcome to Storytime Shorts with Summit County Libraries. I'm Miss G here at South Ranch in Breckenridge, and it is February 1st. Tomorrow is Groundhog's Day, so we're going to be reading and singing about groundhogs today. But first, we're going to clap and say hello. So everybody stand on up with me, and here we go. We clap and say hello, we clap and say hello. With our friends at Storytime, we clap and say hello. We wave and say hello, we wave and say hello. With our friends at Storytime, we wave and say hello. Last, we're gonna stomp. We stomp and say hello, we stomp and say hello. With our friends at Storytime, we stomp and say hello. Great job, everybody. All right, everybody take a big seat. Since it's Storytime Shorts, so it's just a real quick program today, we're gonna be reading one book, singing one new song, and that's it. So our book today is called Groundhog Day, and it is by Anne Marie Pace. All right, here we go. Valentine's Day was only 2 weeks away, and Moose was planning a grand party. You need Valentine balloons and Valentine cards, and don't forget the Valentine hugs. Everyone has to come to my party, said Moose. Uh-oh, Bunny said, that's a problem. What's a problem, Moose asked. Tomorrow is Groundhog Day, Bunny said. If Groundhog sees his shadow, he'll go back in his hole for 6 more weeks. He won't be awake on February 14th. Good point, Moose said. If we stop him from seeing his shadow, then he can come to my party. I've got it, said Squirrel. I'll sneak into his hole and change his calendar so he won't know it's February 2nd. Your chattering will wake him up, said Porcupine. I'll blindfold him when he comes out. Your quills might poke him in the eye, said Bunny. I'll put a tent over his hole. He'll know he's not outside, Moose said. I'll sit on his hole so he can't come out at all. Calendar, Moose, blindfold, Moose, tent, Moose. Moose, bellowed Moose. The animals all bickered all night long, and they didn't even notice the sky turning gray. They didn't notice the pink light of morning creeping over the hills, and they didn't notice Groundhog's nose twitching at the entrance to its hole. Everybody twitched their nose like a groundhog. Until it was too late. He saw his shadow. The animals watched helplessly as Groundhog dove back into his hole. Wait, Moose thundered. Groundhog's muffled voice barely reached the surface. I need to stay down here. There are shadows all over the place up there. Moose was puzzled. Groundhog, are you afraid? Is that why you go back in your hole? You could say that. I didn't realize Groundhog was afraid of shadows, said Squirrel. Me either. Shadows aren't scary, but apparently they're scary to Groundhog. The animal sat quietly, thinking. Hey, Groundhog, Moose finally said. What if we showed you just how awesome shadows are? I'll show you the way leaves blowing in the wind make shadows that dance. And I'll show you how to draw silhouettes, said Bunny. I'll show you how the clouds cast shadows on the hills, said Squirrel. I want to show Groundhog my shadow puppets, said Porcupine. Dancing shadows, cloud shadows, silhouettes, shadow puppets? Wait, said Groundhog, and he eased out of his hole. Can we do all of them? They all sound fun. The animals spent the day showing Groundhog all the amazing shadows they could discover and create. And they were fun, especially Porcupine's shadow puppets. Finally, late that night, what a wonderful day, Groundhog said, but I really do have to go back in my hole now, he shivered. 6 more weeks of winter, you know. But you're not afraid of shadows anymore, and now you don't have to miss my Valentine's Day party. I may not be afraid, Groundhog said, but it is cold up there. But there aren't any balloons in your hole, said Squirrel, or Valentine's cards, or Valentine's hugs. Nope, but my hole is warm, said Groundhog, and he looked at his disappointed friends. We can at least have hugs before I go. Groundhog hugs all around. with a special Groundhog Day nose kiss for you, Porcupine. That works for me. Happy Groundhog Day, said Porcupine. And 6 weeks later, Groundhog emerged from his den just in time with a big green hat. Let's have a St. Patrick's Day party, he hollered. We're all here. All but Bunny, Squirrel said. Where's Bunny? Groundhog asked. Oh, you know Bunny, Moose said. He's always holed up this time of year. He's getting ready for Easter. All right. I hope you guys loved that book. I sure did. So we're going to do one new song to finish story time today. It's going to go like this. I'm a little groundhog, went in search of some honey. Isn't it funny? A groundhog wanting honey. Then we're going to sniff at the breeze and listen for the bees. And wouldn't you believe it, he even climbed trees. All right, so we're going to practice that sniff, listening, shaking our fingers, and climbing the trees. Here we go. A little brown groundhog went in search of some honey. Isn't it funny? A groundhog wanting honey. He sniffed at the breeze, and he listened for the bees. And wouldn't you believe it, he even climbed trees. All right, we're going to do it one more time, and then we're going to go, okay? Here we go. A little brown groundhog went in search of some honey. Isn't it funny? A groundhog wanting honey. He sniffed at the breeze, and he listened for the bees. And wouldn't you believe it, he even climbed trees. Thanks for coming today, guys. So our monthly craft here at South Branch Breck, which changes every month, happens to relate to Groundhog's Day, so I'm going to show you. It's a weather wheel. My wonderful camera woman actually made one herself as well. Looks like this. You come and you color it, and then you turn your wheel to whatever the weather is for the day. All right. Have a great day, guys. Happy Groundhog Day. Bye.